Welcome to our weekly video update. I told you on Monday about the threat to the Israeli FA at FIFA. Well, the FIFA Congress took place in Bahrain this week, and I'm happy to say that the threat to Israel was averted. The Council made a decision that there should be no vote on suspending or sanctioning Israel at the FIFA Congress, and although there was a bit of a debate about that, it was agreed that there would be no vote and that the matter would be referred back to the FIFA Council and they would make a decision on it by at least March of 2018, although I must say I expect them to decide that by October of this year. You could see how much this upset the Palestinian delegation. They were all up for trying to get the members of FIFA to vote to try and define the whole of the West Bank as Palestinian territory. You saw that from the way that their lawyer protested against what the FIFA president did, but I think it was the right outcome. I'm very pleased that that was the case. I'm also pleased with the outcome of a long-running issue with Christ College, Cambridge, where there were two Jewish students who were subject to anti-Semitic abuse at an event held at the college towards the end of last year. After commissioning an independent report which criticised the way that the college dealt with the original complaint and made recommendations of changes to the college's rules and procedures, I was very pleased to be invited to attend a meeting with the students and with the master of the college, at which the master apologised, at which she committed the college to implement all of the changes to the procedures and rules of the college, and gave comfort and assurance to the students that they would be taken seriously. And so hopefully, if there are cases of racial or anti-Semitic abuse within that college or within Cambridge at all, then the lessons from this case will have been learned. Coming up over the next week, we will be launching a new tool on Twitter and Facebook to inform people about the 50th anniversary of the Six-Day War. Now, the Six-Day War is a key moment in Israel's history. It changed the face of the Middle East and has created a huge amount of political change and instability as a result of what happened. But there is no doubt that the threat that existed to Israel in the build-up to the war was existential in its nature, and that the military campaign that Israel conducted was one that freed it from a threat to its existence and a threat from destruction from its Arab neighbours. We'll be launching on Monday a Twitter feed which is at 6 Day War 1967, and also a Facebook page which is 6 Day War 50 Years On, which will be able to give you a day-by-day update on what was happening in the build-up to the Six-Day War. I think it should be very interesting, and it gives the community an opportunity to understand what was happening around that time. Other things to look out for next week will be the release of the political parties' manifestos for the general election. We've already seen a leak of what was said to be an early draft of the Labour Party's manifesto. That obviously had some issues in it that, if they end up in the final manifesto, might cause the community some problems, but we're not going to judge any of that. Representations have been made to the Labour Party about it. Let's wait and see what comes out, and we'll be offering you a brief summary of the manifestos next week. Finally, it was my real pleasure to be able to attend the graduation programme for the UJIA leadership programme in Manchester. It's always good for me to go home, and I was delighted to be able to be the keynote speaker and to present these certificates to the graduates. They delivered wonderful speeches, and I look forward to seeing how they will progress within the Manchester community or elsewhere on the completion of the programme. So I'll look forward to updating you again next week.